All right, and we're back. Hello. I think we have everybody here. We have a full house right now. Everybody from
It's
Italy.
like
They've
the Brady Bunch in here
I know,
with
just
all the.
everywhere. We'll see if we can start moving people around and stuff like that. We have the effects. Everybody, please welcome from Italy. They just released their third full-length album, Close, on Friday via Smart Records. Everybody, welcome to the show, Messa. How are y'all doing today? Thank you for taking the time to chat with us.
Hi.
Thank
Good.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sorry about the. We're all fucked up over here because of the time change, as you can imagine. Just like going forward, an hour wreaks havoc on all of our daily lives. So thank you for scrambling
especially
and.
when
Go ahead.
especially when the rest of the world isn't also doing the same.
Yeah, like we do something like the same thing, but it like when we have to switch the time like 1 hour, it's like whoa. You have to wake up and you're like, what? Hello? It's a trauma every time.
Every single,
Mhm.
I swear, the last couple years it's been getting worse. I don't know what it is. Like it took me a month to recover last year, and now here we are. But we're not here to talk about me or my sleep schedule or anything like that. We're here to talk about y'all. Since this is the first time that you guys have been on the program, we've played your songs a few times, but there may be a bunch of people out there who haven't heard you before. Why don't you just take us back for a little bit and let us know like how y'all met, how the band formed, and kind of how you started to develop this sound that has grown into your most recent album.
Okay, well, we started as a band in 2014. Yeah. We all knew each other previously because we were friends already, but we never played together and we never played doom metal. So, Mesa was a nice way to experiment with music. Since none of us had played this genre before, and yeah, we wanted to develop some new music together, and that's basically to put it simple how Mesa started really. Yeah.
And so that was a conscious choice going to like the slow down kind of doomy sound. You started that from the get go?
Yeah, indeed. Exactly.
Mhm.
Because none of us had played like slow music ever.
Mm.
We all come from very different backgrounds. I mean, I basically played punk music for all my life previously, and the other guys also played other stuff. So, yeah, we wanted to play a genre that none of us had ever played before, and we wanted to play together. So, Rocco is the black metal guy, Alberto is the blues man, and Marco's the rock and roll guy.
Need a little
So,
bit
yeah,
of everything. Corey, why don't you
yeah.
jump in here as well?
Oh yeah, definitely. And this album, it's your third album, and it shows a lot of like progression in your sound from the last two, where you're bringing in other elements, and like the Eastern elements in particular are very prevalent in a way that they weren't in the last album. Was that a conscious decision, and what really inspired you to explore those sounds in particular?
Yeah, I guess the idea was basically we wanted to really to use music as a mode of transportation. I guess
Mm.
we wanted the basic idea behind clothes is the journey. We wanted to embrace this journey, and we were all stuck at home, so we kind of created our musical journey to let us reach places we couldn't go in real life,
Mhm.
so yeah, I guess we thought about adding what was first near us as Mediterraneans, so the mandolin and flamenco and stuff that is quite near us. And then we developed and chose to add oud, which is a North Arabic instrument, and then so on. We found out other instruments, and we just wanted to travel basically.
Corey, I have
This
a
is
And,
really
follow up for
interesting because
that. No, no,
it
no, go
does
ahead. Go ahead.
kind of I was going to say it does feel like that where you're traveling it doesn't feel like a typical like, oh, I'm listening to a song. It is taking you on kind of a journey as you progress through the album. So that is it's very
Yeah.
cool that it's kind of born out of the want to travel because it
Mhm.
accomplishes that.
Well, thanks. I'm happy about it. And this time we were really focused on choosing the right order of songs in the album, because it had to push forward, and we didn't want to have just one. We didn't want to be boring. Let's say that. I mean, we wanted to really have a song that speaks for a place and then takes you to another place. So particular attention was put in the order of the songs. We always put attention on that, but in this album it's really more present.
Mhm.
I don't know if Sarah wants to add something.
Well, no, I think you said everything that can be said. I mean, it was natural for us as Italians probably to, search into the kind of instruments that as Mediterraneans we have in our heritage. So for sure, like the mandolin is not a typical metal instrument, so it's a bit weird. But we wanted to step out of the comfort zone and out of the box, so we decided to use those instruments as we just found them very fascinating. And also, I mean, I would like to add that as a whole band, like we think that Arabian music and flamenco music are very dark and fascinating. So it was, I think, spontaneous and natural for us to include them somehow in what we were trying to do with clothes. Maybe, I don't know, it's because of the dark times that we had to live, or I don't know. But that was, I think, natural and spontaneous at the same time.
Mhm.
To that point, you mentioned how you kind of just found a lot of these instruments and stuff like that. Was this like literally you going and looking for certain instruments, being like, oh wait, this sounds cool, let's work in that, or were you only working with things that you had just previously known, like the mandolin that you had never played in metal but were bringing in? Like, how was that balance?
Yeah, I mean, I always was really passionate about flamenco music. I went to Spain to study flamenco a lot of years ago, so I guess it was a natural progression. Just from that, trying to go further and finding new stuff. The oud is actually very related to flamenco, because is the maybe the most similar instrument from the Arabic perspective, most similar to flamenco. So I mean, it was like a yeah, a journey basically between Spain, North Africa, and so on, Middle Eastern areas with the duduk flute, and yeah, that was it. I mean, it was basically just going back to what I like, what I studied, what I already knew, and then developing on.
I also think that one central part of what I mean, for until this moment at least, we've always tried to do was to include some, I don't know, like not a weird element, but for sure not a metal one, so to say. And in our past album, Feast for Water, it was the Rhodes piano. And with clothes, we actually use those instruments instead. We always like to, as I said, step out of the box also and use instruments which are not typically metal. And that was a challenge. I mean, we wanted to keep a metal feel to the album, but still we wanted to put some acoustic stuff. And we recorded some of those acoustic instruments inside a cave, which was super cool.
Really?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, I have to hear that story. Like, how did you decide on doing that? What did you do? What was it like to record in a cave?
Okay. Basically, it was like a super, super cool, beautiful spring to summer day in Italy. As you can imagine, a lot of sun. It was a beautiful day, and we were recording the album in this beautiful studio in the middle of the Italian hills. And yeah, like Alberto just arrived at the studio and said, "Hey guys, why don't we go somewhere?" Right, Alberto?
Mhm. Yeah, I didn't basically I didn't want to stay inside. It was a beautiful day, and there wasn't just in the nature. The studio was in the middle of nothing, basically. So we took our stuff and went outside, and we find out that there was a cave near there. So we thought about using it, for the river, for the, it was like an experiment. So we recorded some percussion and some acoustic instruments, and then just some stuff happened to be in the record in the end.
Yeah, exactly. We used like some parts of those recordings inside the record. One of them is hollow, actually. And there have been they found stuff from the Paleolithic era inside that cave. So there was, yeah.
So it
was
like
really
almost,
fascinating.
yeah, like it almost goes with the vibe that you were trying, right? Like with this travel
Yeah.
vibe and this old
Yeah,
ancient world type of thing. That's incredible.
Yeah. And we also took like the promotional pictures inside there.
Is that the
We
same
went
cave
full
that you did
circle.
the Pilgrim video in as well?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. The last part of the video of Pilgrim was shot inside there too. It became like, I don't know, second home.
Oh, I just love that y'all basically took the whole adage, like, hey, can we have class outside, and like put it in your record.
I mean, that was so Italian. You don't even imagine. Eating pasta and then, hey, let's go somewhere. Yeah, that's how we are. We take ourselves seriously, but not too seriously at the same time.
Yeah,
And
as you should.
I mean, we're Italians, so I think it's normal for us to.
Corey, anything to follow up with that?
My question is completely off topic, so if you have another follow up on that one, go for it.
Mine is off topic as well, though Sarah mentioned something related to it, so you go first, because I can always go back to that.
Okay, because see, I wanted to talk a little bit about Roadburn because I'm going to be there watching you guys, so I'm really excited to see your set. You're playing the whole album, and yeah, be jealous, John. Be jealous. I get my tickets next week. But so, what are you most looking forward to performing this album in its entirety at Roadburn?
Well, first of all, we're like really, really happy to be there at Roadburn again because we played there already once, and it was an amazing experience, like really deep one and a beautiful one. Like the crowd was amazing, beyond amazing, and we're really happy that we got asked to play again in there. Really, really happy. And this time, I mean, we're really looking forward to it because some years have passed and it seems like not that I was not giving a value to it before, of course, but now it's even more powerful because after not playing for 2 years, you get really emotional about it, or at least I do. I think that for the other guys it's the same. And we're really happy because we're bringing some additional musicians to Roadburn this time to play the full album in its entirety, and we're really happy to have the chance to do this with some other friends and professionals that will help us to bring close 110% to life in a super cool venue. So yeah, we're really, really happy to be there again.
So you'll be able to include a lot of the different instruments that you had in the live set. That's so awesome.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, we're really happy about it. I mean, we've been rehearsing for, I don't know, like months by now. So I hope everything goes well and smooth, but we never know. But yeah, like we're really happy to be able to do this. And we'll be on tour, and we're gonna stop at Roadburn for 2 days, so it's gonna be beautiful, I think. Really touching experience.
I'm sure
I'm
it'll be
sure.
absolutely awesome.
Following up with that, Sarah, you mentioned this about how the part of working in all of the acoustic instruments and world instruments and things like that was one of the more challenging aspects of this record. I tend to find you guys, and I'll preface this by saying this. I mean this in like the most positive way possible. That I do find you a challenging band, whereas sometimes it takes a little bit to like to listen and repeat listen. Like right, you don't get everything from the first listen, right? And you have to go back and really put a little bit of the listener into the albums that you guys, because I think it was the same way with Feast for Water, and I found out the same way with this record as well, because I found you guys through the singles, and then when I listened to the whole album, I was like, well, that wasn't what I was expecting at all. Let's do it again, right? Let's get in and do that. So I like, and I think it works, right? Because there is, you talked about this Mediterranean, Arabic, Tunisian vibe, right? And I've very much felt like wandering through the desert and getting lost to the music, right? And then once you give yourself up to it, you have that, like desert entity or that desert spirit that like grabs your hand and takes you on the rest of the journey because you found it. I'm curious, so for the rest of you as well, like what do you think was the most challenging aspect beyond just working in the acoustic instruments and stuff of recording this record?
Okay.
Well,
Something that I really want.
I'm writing it.
Oh, don't want to interrupt anybody. But I will say I will start first. One thing that was really crucial to me in making this record, and I mean it as a singer, so on my point of view, was trying to, push all the emotions that I felt inside the songs with the lyrics and singing in the studio. It was like, it's basically 2 years of our lives squeezed inside a record because we take it very personally. I mean, maybe too much, but yeah, that's how it works for us. So yeah, one thing that I was really looking forward to while recording the album was like singing it and pushing out all the, all that I felt, because inside of Close there's so many different kinds of emotions. There's anger, there's sadness, there's anxiety, there's a lot going on. So yeah, what I really tried to do was to let this flow through me, and I hope that the people who will listen to it will feel somehow what I try to convey with the album from my point of view.
What about the rest of you?
yeah, I was about to say that actually it was difficult in a logistical way. I mean, it was very hard to, we postponed the recording session like 2 or 3 times because of, COVID restrictions, and, just the studio wasn't available and stuff like that. So it was really hard to actually, being there, all four of us, and doing it. So yeah, that was hard actually. And of course, recording the stuff right, because it was a more, we always tend to have a live approach on recording our music. We do not record on separate tracks. We record all there in the room, so we have to have it done right all together. So yeah, that was, I guess, for me the difficult part.
Yeah, I can tell, like moving the recordings like 3-4 times. How many was it? It was a bit frustrating, a bit. So, Alberto, I know how you felt, because I think we all felt that way. Rocco, what do you think?
Yeah. For me, the challenge was play different instruments, like creating sound from scratching a cymbal, and not the usual way to play drum. So my challenge, it was that basically, and all the rest that they say about it.
Okay.
quick follow-up before Corey gets to her most pressing and important question of the day. So you mentioned what the most challenging thing is. What was the most rewarding thing for y'all?
I guess we haven't got there yet because we want to really start with live shows and we haven't yet. So I guess the most rewarding thing will be having our first live show with the new album. I guess for me, this one. Don't know
Yeah,
for you.
I mean, we really do care about doing live shows. It matters a lot to us. So yeah, I agree with Alberto. But also, like, I know it sounds like naive and very simple, but also just finishing the album already was like a reward to me. Because there was a lot of stuff going on and a lot of uncertain times, and plans could change from one day to another, literally. And since we moved, as Alberto said earlier, like the studio 3 to 4 times, I was like, okay, let's hope it's not gonna happen again. I kept my fingers crossed all the time because you never know. But yeah, already like finishing the album, and I don't know, loading our cars with the instruments we've used and with the hats and the amps and stuff, was like, oh man, we made it. So yeah, we just doing that, it was a reward already. But yeah, also like one thing that is rewarding to me is the fact that in the past few days, like so many people said to us that they did indeed travel with our album while listening to it. And I think this is very rewarding for us because it was one of the of the goals that we had in mind while creating the record. So it means that it means a lot to us because it's the thing we had in mind while creating the album.
Fuck yeah, love hearing that.
On a cool note, speaking of traveling, this trip to Roadburn will actually be my first time outside of the US. So it will be my first like big traveling moment. So on the plane, I'll be making sure to spin your album whilst I'm traveling. So it's extra fitting.
Thank you so much. Hope you will enjoy it.
Oh, I've loved it so far, so it'll be perfect for the trip. John, did you have another question before I ask the most important question of the whole interview?
No, I didn't. I was going to leave the floor open for any of the band members to say anything, and then otherwise go for it, Corey.
All right, most important question of the whole interview. What is your favorite dinosaur, each of you?
Oh, okay. I don't think, maybe it's not the correct name in English. Let's hope for the best. Triceratops? I got
Triceratops.
Okay, yeah, okay, that one.
And mine is, I guess, Diplodocus.
Diplodocus, okay, yeah. Big long neck one.
Exactly, that one. Yeah.
I know way too many dinosaurs, sorry.
You can just describe the dinosaur and Corey will know it.
I will go for the Velociraptor one.
My man.
Classic.
That's really special, man. Marco, what about you?
I'll go with the retarded one, the one with the thing on the head like this. You know that?
The one that like headbutts people?
The one. Yeah. The one that they had totally bald, like, and they were like to each other.
Pachycephalosaurus.
Those are the retarded ones.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know them all.
Sorry,
I've seen Jurassic Park too many times. In my defense, my little brother, that was his favorite movie, so it's not entirely my fault. But thank you.
And what are your favorite ones? Now we want to know.
Corey, would
John,
you like to go
what
first?
is No, you go first. I've gone first before.
I depending on the day, I go either Velociraptor or T-Rex.
Okay.
That's both classics.
Mm.
See, I go with the Utah Raptor, which is like the Velociraptor, except really, really big. It's like twice the size of the Velociraptor. So
Okay.
it's the giant version.
The big boy.
Yes.
There you go. The most important question of the day, and you will remember
is.
Corey for all time now, since
You'll see me at Roadburn. It's the dinosaur girl.
you have to show up in one of the T-Rex costumes. Like, that's the only way you can do this now. She is laughing
know.
because she's gonna do it. She's gonna do it!
I'm the dinosaur lady.
You actually gave us an idea because
You're in the cloud.
you actually gave us an idea. Next album could be, about dinosaurs.
I will buy that the day the pre-orders start.
Kitty! What's the cat's name?
It's my dinosaur.
Nina.
Mina?
Nina. I
Nina,
think.
okay.
Nina.
Adorable.
Or Nina, like Nina Simone.
Or
Excellent
Nina
reference.
Adams, for example.
My friends, we have Convent coming up in a little bit, so Corey and I would be absolutely open to chatting all day, but unfortunately we are on a time limit. Before we go, is there anything else that you want to say to anybody in the chat, anybody watching this in the future who is either just listening to y'all for the first time or hasn't listened to you yet?
Well, just wanted to say hi and thank everybody for the support and for the nice chat, and hope that people will be interested in clothes, and can't wait to have feedback from everybody, and hope they will like the record.
We really hope to come back to US once again,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I will,
Also,
maybe next year.
Should be nice.
I will be there with
Yeah.
bells on, my friends.
it will be very, very nice. Like the last time it was like 2017, yeah,
Mm.
I guess, yeah. Last time we toured the US. So we really can't wait to come back. So it will be beautiful.
Corey and I will be welcoming you with open arms and telling everybody that we know to come see y'all. Everybody, Messa, their new album Close is out now. Mazza has the link for it in the chat. Go pick it up. It is time well spent. It really is an immersive and amazing journey. Y'all, congratulations on the album. Like, really, all the stuff that you guys were saying about it, I think Corey and I will agree. Like, we felt that. We feel the emotion. We feel the travel. It's a fantastic record, so congratulations, y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.